Good morning, Yashraala. I thought I'd start off early, doing a few videos if I can squeeze them in, because we're about to make up the 2 days of our Sakat that we missed because it rained us out. And so we're about to get ready to go tent up and go camping. So I thought I'd get a few videos in since I probably won't be home for a couple of days. So I wanted to get into what the devil wants today. That's the topic of my selection for today. Ordo ab chaos, which means order out of chaos, and the false doctrine narrative of the black Hebrew Israelite extremists. That's a made up byword and CIA invented false narrative for black people who find themselves to be different because we are. And we know what the Georgia Guidestones are. And he wants civil unrest. But don't give the devil shit, because he wants chaos. But let me switch over to this and show you what I'm talking about. This here is the Georgia Guidestones. We know what this is. We know that they've been secretly plotting their anonymously donated wall of, we want to have less than 500,000 people on the planet at any given time, and their bullshit of giving a fuck about the planet, which we know Esau and the fake ass white people that they call Edomites don't give a flying shit. They pollute everything. They kill everything. Anything they touch, they kill it. They can't help it. Their blessing was a sword, which means death. They were blessed to be killers. So let's not even go there with the bullshit about they give a flying fuck about anything nature or natural to this earth. They don't. Black men, although blessed with 13-inch dick, they all want bigger dicks. Black women, who got the biggest asses on the planet, still want a bigger ass, even though she's blessed to float away. So I want to be the Muslim Dajjal, the Muslim Jesus, who's coming to collect all of his bounty. The Dajjal is sitting on a mountain of bread. I want to be him too. Shit. We all want something in this world. But don't give the devil what he wants. You can't always get what the fuck you want in this life. You just can't. The one thing that Israelites aren't is stupid. We're not stupid at all. So there's a few things that we are, and there's a few things that we ain't. And what you ain't gonna find is armed goddamn Israelites. That's some CIA bullshit from the gates of hell. Because number one, they want to call us black extremists, which is a whole make-believe byword, made-up fake CIA, FBI created identity, when number one, Hebrew Israelites don't carry anything on their person. Not even a Bible. Imagine that, jackass. We have cell phones. You walking around with a $900 cell phone, you pretty much don't need a Bible on you. Number two, what you will not find or never find about Hebrew Israelites is them at no damn protests. We ain't Black Lives Matter, jackass. We are Hebrew Israelites. That is a race. That's a race and a nationality, a culture, and an ethnicity. It's not a religion. It's not a protest. It's not some George Soros Jewish funded fucking organization. We are none of that. We have blood in our veins, and our bloodline is Israel. And we are not any group people anybody can join. You have to be from the loins and the nut sacks of Yaqub in order to be an Israelite. So we're not a group, jackass. Number three, we don't need it. We don't need none of that. You touch me, and the Most High God will touch you. That's just point blank and period. And that's what separates us from the rest of the world, from other people, from other races, from other identities. We are a tribe of people who are racially connected together as a race, as a group, as a tribe, as a nation of people. So it's not any type of organization. The government, and America, by the way, is an organization. It's not a country. It's a corporate organization. McDonald's owns more rights to this country than the so-called patriotic, redneck, let's make America great again, goddamn citizen. So relax your nerves on that. And we could find that in Second Chronicles. Let me just ease on down the road and find that for you. We'll start with the defense of Paul and his ministry. And I'm going to defend my ministry because, hell, I'm talking to you and I'm telling you what we are not as an Israelite. And I speak in full authority for the entire southern kingdom of Judah. By the humility and gentleness of Christ, I appeal to you, I, Paul, who am timid when face to face with you, but bold toward you when away. I beg you that when I come, I may not have to be as bold as I expect to be towards some people who think that we live by the standards of this world. I just told you, we fucking do not. For though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. I already told you. We have $900 phones in our pockets. We don't even carry Bibles on our physical person. So all that black extremist bullshit that they're trying to cop out and try to put all of their intended Illuminati card agenda out there to say that black people are violent, we're up to some shit, we're trying to kill, we're up to trying to do something, we got guns and weaponry. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. It's all an agenda of the white man, as usual, to propagate some farce that Israelites or black people in general are trying to create some kind of chaotic war, which they want a race war. And that has nothing to do with us. That's them. They've always had a perpetual hatred for us, and they've always been the ones who instigate stuff, then hide their hands and act like, oh, look, black people did so and so and so to us. No, it's always been the white man doing shit. It's never been black people coming. We are unarmed. We are the sheeps to the slaughter. We've always been. How many of us have died that were innocent? Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Tamar Maurice, Trayvon Martin. I mean, the list can go on and on of innocent people who killed on their wedding day. Sean Bell was killed the eve of his wedding. Really? But black people are evil. We're the strikers. We're somehow the stormtroopers. And we don't even carry Bibles on our bodies. So that lets you know who the devil is. 9:24 of Job. The wicked was given the world. So, like I said, and I'm harping on it because, yes, these evil bastard crawl-creeping cave dwellers are plotting some shit. And they're going to try to put that on us and say, oh, the Israelites are doing blah, 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 blah. And I'm trying to tell you, we do not. We don't carry anything. I don't even carry a pen on me. Yet I write every 5 seconds. Imagine that. The weapons that we fight for and the weapons we fight are not the weapons of the world. Your guns ain't going to save you. I already told you, you touch me and the Most High God is going to touch you. You can bet your life on that. You can take that to your death. You touch me and the Most High God is going to touch you. And you ain't going to like it at all. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. We demolish arguments and every pretense that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take capture every thought that to make it obedient to Yahushua, and we will be ready to punish every act of disobedience once your obedience is complete. You are judging by appearances. If anyone is confident that they belong to Yahushua, they should consider again that we belong to Yahushua just as much as they do. So even if I boast somewhat freely about the authority of the Lord gave us to build up for us rather than tearing us down, I will not be ashamed of it. I am not afraid of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Yahushua. Oh, my bad. I'm a habit of saying Christ. Oh, yeah. The Mahayashah. Yahamashiach. But, as I said, we're ready for you. We're ready for you. And we will punish every act of disobedience. Because we are in accord. The law is engraved on Israel, Hebrews, chest cranium. It's ingrained on us. It's carved like the stones in Egypt. It was engraved on our chests. So there's no way you don't know the law. You know the rights. You know good and bad and right from wrong at the age of 2. The rites of passage at the age of 2. You know goddamn well right or wrong. Your mama tell you not to put your hand on that hot ass stove and you feel like heat. You know damn better. So all these grown ass ignorant motherfuckers walking around like they don't understand and they don't know. That's on them. That's the 2/3. Jake is gonna get tore down. And we don't give a shit about Jake because Jake is ignorant. Like I said, you know the right from wrong at 2 years old. Your age of passage for knowledge. I swear, I hate fake people that be just creating stuff. And I know these cave beast dwelling ingrains, they're going to start some shit and they're trying to put it on us. And we don't need any of that. And even if God don't touch you, you're still going to die a cruel and unusually horrible death. And that makes me happy. We're going to find that one in Ezekiel. Let's ease on over to Ezekiel. Prove my point here. Why I don't give a damn about any goddamn heathen. Because you going to get yours. You could best believe you take that to your death. That you going to get you. Now in this passage, God is saying death to everybody. He's saying prophesy against everybody. Amen, is the Chinese. And he's like, the word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, set your face against the Ammonites and prophesy against them. Say to them, hear the words of the sovereign Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says, because you have said, aha, 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 over my sanctuary. When it was desecrated, and over the land of Israel, when it was laid waste over the people of Judah, when they went into what? Exile. That means that Yahweh has always been running the show. We don't run jack, okay? He put us in exile on purpose. That was his plan, because we were disobedient. Sounds familiar. Wonder if Israel's finally got their fucking act together. No. But he's not going to exile you this time. He's going to put your ass to death. And once again, that makes me happy. You're going to die a cruel and unusual, horrible death. And that makes me happy. But anyway, I'm just going to skip on down because we know Moab is the Japanese, of course. They were all hanging out with us at one particular time. But they said, aha! And they jacked up about us too. And I'm going to just squeeze on down to the Philistia is the Indonesians. That's like your Indians, modern day Indians, your Pakistanis, your all them stands, all the shit you can't stand. All of them motherfuckers. Indonesia. Those are Indo people. Indo-Europeans, Indonesians. And that's what Philistia is. But we'll jump on their ass a little bit later, because they are already getting towed the fuck up. I think it's a landslide, earthquake, and the volcano hit their ass just 2 days ago. So they are already getting theirs. But I'm going to go back up here where it says eat them. Even though I already told you these motherfuckers aren't Edomites, because there are real black people that are Edoms still living in Europe to this day. Those are the real Edomites. The cave-dwelling cave beasts are not. They just took the names of Japheth's family tree and the Edomites of Esau. Esau is still a black man, and he's always been a black man. He's going to die a black man. And his children are not the Edoms that you're thinking about. But I'm going to just use the word. Sometimes I'll just use the word just interchangeably so you understand who the hell we're talking about. We're talking about the cave creatures, the Neanderthals. But this is what the sovereign Lord says. Because Edom took revenge on Yehuda, and became very guilty by doing so. I mean, you touched me, as I previously stated. You touched us, and now God is going to touch you. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will stretch out my hand against Edom and kill both man and beast, and I will waste it, lay it waste, from Teman to Dedan. They will fall by the, what is that? Sword. They will fall by the sword, and I will take vengeance on Edom by the hands of my people, Israel. And they will deal with Edom in accordance with my anger and my wrath. And they will know my vengeance, declared the sovereign Lord. For you will know that I am the Lord when I lay my hands on thee, you beady-eyed fool. But anyway, like I said, you touch me, they gonna touch you. And you ain't need to worry about us. Black extremists or whatever fake little identity you want to give, and you throw in Hebrew Israelites, which is an insult, by the way, in on that shit, that's just insulting. You need to be worried about them. And when I say them, I'm talking about the God of this earth, your daddy, and the God creator, my father, and his sacrificial lamb, his son. Them are the three niggas you need to be mostly concerned about, because they are going to come here and fuck shit up. And the Lord is sending the devil first. Because guess what? If Esau is the end of the age, which means the world, and Yaakov, Jacob, is the world's age to follow, then that means that you got to go. You got to go, not us. He needs to clean up the earth so that the earth can have a Sabbath of rest. So that means in order for that to happen, and for Yaakov's family to move in, somebody got to move out. So that means you got to go. So that's why the big dark cloud that's coming, that's going to be 3 days of darkness, is hell coming first. Because the devil got to move and remove all of his trash out of the way, so that the real children of God can have their kingdom here on earth. Because the earth is given to the meek. Guess who's meek? You step all over poor people and don't give a damn. We've always been poor. It's meant for us to be poor. He said it's not comely for niggards to have riches. That means that we have to go through this, and we're going through this struggle right now on purpose, so that when we have eternity, there won't be no way for you to say, oh, that's not fair. They got everything. We watched you for 6,000 years have everything. So it's going to be no excuse. And the fact that you went overboard, as he said, you're very guilty of doing so. You know, you did revenge on us. We didn't do anything to you. And you're very guilty of doing so. That technically doesn't mean that you're just guilty. That means that you went overboard what God had already preordained and preordained for you to do to us. So he's just keeping notes, writing down, so that he can make sure he's keeping an accurate record of all the shit that you've been doing, so that when time comes for him to fuck you up, he has all the evidence he needs. And it's, look, right there, I wrote it down. We got a whole script. And that's why he put that there. Because you need to understand what the Most High God is up to and why. And like I said, even if the Lord don't save me, I do know he gonna fuck you up. And that makes me happy. Let's cruise on over to the last one, which is 2nd Chronicle. Oh my God, look at that. This one, 2nd Chronicles 2:14. And Abijah rested with his ancestors, meaning both parents, and was buried in the city of David, Dawood. Asa, his son, succeeded him as king, and in his days the country was at peace for 10 years. Asa, king of Yehudah. Asa did what was good and right in the eyes of the Lord his God. He removed the foreign altars and the high places, smashed the sacred stones, and cut down the Asherah poles. Excuse me, sorry. Asherah poles is them hoes in this house. There's them hoes in this house. It's them hoes in this house. Those are strip poles in the church, by the way, by the synagogue of sin. Oh my God. In God's house. Imagine that. He commanded Yehudah to seek the Lord the God of their ancestors, meaning both parents, and to obey his laws and commands. He removed the high places and the incense altars in every town. Oh, they're playing it next door. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. All right, back to what I'm saying. Seriously. Okay. He commanded Judah to seek the Lord and the God of their ancestors and to obey his laws and commands. He removed the high places. Turn it down, I can't concentrate. And incense altars in every town in Yehuda. And the kingdom was at peace under him. He built up the fortified cities of Yehuda since the land was at peace. No one was at war with him during those years, for the Lord gave him rest. So my point being silence. Silence. There will be silence. Because when he says the land was at peace. Oh, this land is about to be very peaceful. It's going to be at peace completely because the Lord's going to make sure it's going to be silence once he get these people up and out of here. Because they got to go. Like I said, in order for our kingdom to come, theirs has to go. And you have to go. That's just plain and simple. And I'm going to find one more joint I know I had up here. Where was I? I think this is it. Hold on. This is my favorite. Isaiah 25. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Lord, you are my God. I will exalt you and praise your name, for in perfect faithfulness you have done wonderful things. Things planned long ago. You made the city a heap of rubble, and the foreigner's stronghold a city no more. A fortified town in ruin. I skipped that, I'm sorry. It will never be rebuilt. Therefore, strong people will honor you. Cities of ruthless nations will revere you. You have been a refuge for the poor, a refuge for the needy in their distress, a shelter from the storm and shade from the heat. For the breath of the ruthless is like a storm driving against a wall, and like the heat of the desert. You silence the uproar of foreigners. And as heat is reduced by the shadow of cloud, and so the song of the ruthless is stilled. Silence. By the way, those roaring clouds, the shadow of clouds, and that roaring heat like a desert, those are nuclear missiles. That's what they're talking about. He's talking about nuclear weaponry, war, nuclear bombs, 200,000 bombs over Baghdad. Dun, 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 dun. Bombs over Baghdad. Oh. But let's get to the good part. Because I'm going to do a whole series on this one called On This Mountain. On this mountain, the Lord Almighty will prepare feasts of rich foods for all peoples. And in there, they stuck that all because it says for the children of Israel. And all of a sudden, this New King James Version now says all people, which is a goddamn lie because I'm going to pull that out. And it said all people, my peoples, more specifically, my people. A banquet of aged wine, and the best of meats and the finest of wines. On this mountain he will destroy the shrouds that enfolds all his people, the sheets that cover all nations. He will swallow up death forever. The sovereign Lord will wipe away the tears from all faces, and he will remove his people's disgrace from all the earth. The Lord has spoken enough. And like I said, I'm going to do a whole series of On This Mountain because there's a whole heap of stuff that he's talking about on this mountain. But I wanted to just bring up the point of the nuclear missiles that's about to drop on this goddamn shit. He's going to body drop a lot of motherfuckers real quick. And I clap my hand. He about to drop it. But on this mountain, because we won't be all anywhere around. We'll be on the mountain in the wilderness of the Black Forest Mountain, deeply hidden, while God beats our asses and gets us in shape and make sure he toxically nuclear devices us and defuses us from all of the goddamn toxic waste we have on ourselves, and he's gonna put us through some rigorous detox to get all this foreign heathener stuff off of our bodies and out of our system. And while we're off and are enjoying our wine and cheese fruit festival for 3.5 years, we've already done our time. Our prison time is up. 2019 is definitely, it's over. It's a wrap. Because we've already done our time. So ain't gonna be no more of that. We're gonna be resting. You didn't do the Sabbath now, you ain't gonna have time to be doing the Sabbath when the devil's chasing you. So he ain't worried about 2/3. He's worried about his normal natural seeds. And like I said, we're gonna be at the wine and cheese festival, and we're gonna be enjoying ourselves for the next 200 years, 3.5 years, and then everybody else is gonna get bombs over Baghdad. And the dragon's going to be chasing the rest of those dudes. The 2/3 who wanted to be all inclusive up here with this all people bullshit. When the Lord clearly says Israel is who I'm looking for. So I don't know where they keep getting that from. They keep trying to throw that up. That is that. But no. Because see all these things that God says prophesy against. Like Babylon. You can't be Babylon and come with. That's just stupid. After a while, you have to use common sense. You can't be the uproar and then be the life of the party. It's just never going to happen, okay? Let's just get that out of your system. Because you are not in my system. Baby, you. Oh, I got to jam. I got to go, y'all. This is just too much fun. See ya. Peace.